A whole house filtration system helps provide clean, clear water for showers, baths, dishwashing, and laundry. It also reduces sediment, sand, and rust at the main water supply, so there's less buildup inside water heaters, pipes, dishwashers, water softeners, and other appliances and fixtures. You'll normally install a whole house system by interrupting the main water line as it enters your home, often in the basement or garage. The plumbing you'll find is normally 3/4 inch or 1 inch pipe. To install a standard single sump filter system, you might have to cut a 6 to 10 inch section of this pipe to make room for the filter housing. The traditional method of sweating copper pipes and fittings together with a blowtorch has given way to a number of push-in or quick connect fittings, which make the installation of the filter system a lot easier, and we'll explore some of these fittings in the video. If you're not up to it, there's certainly no shame in consulting your local plumber. Now, whole house filter housings will have a threaded female connection on each end, and as such, the plumbing fittings we'll explore have a corresponding male thread. This is a brass push-in fitting that we'll talk about a little bit more later. Now, you want to wrap your threads with Teflon tape to improve the water tightness of the joint. You wrap in a clockwise manner in the direction that the threads run. So watch as we thread this connection and then screw it into the side of the filter housing. So we're going to screw it in here and then gently tighten it with a wrench, but we're not going to over tighten it. It's pretty simple. So let's talk about the different fittings that are available. So we'll go back to our brass push-in connection. We're using this blue 3/4 inch PEX, and essentially it just pushes in. You just push it in as far as it goes. It locks in place and gives you a nice watertight joint. These connectors are available. Sometimes they're called shark bite or gator bite, but they work pretty well. Kind of expensive. We always make a little hook to hang our sump wrench just in case, so if we need to find it quickly to inspect or change the filter, it's easy to do. And we're going to go ahead and do this on this Culligan HF360 whole house filtration system. The next type of connector we're going to look at is this plastic push-in connector. It's a little bit less expensive than the brass shark bite connector, but the same idea applies. You have a male thread on one end, you have a push-in connection on the other end. This has a locking nut that locks down and keeps the pipe from going anywhere. Gives you a nice strong watertight joint, and again, inexpensive and very easy to work with, and easy to take apart as well if you need to. Then the third type of fitting that you might take a look at if you have a lot of connections and joints and elbows and things like that is a crimp PEX connection. So if you're using PEX tubing, these are actually quite a bit less expensive, but you have to invest in a crimping tool. And essentially these crimping rings slide over the pipe. There's a little barbed connection that slides in, and then you take your tool and tighten and crimp it down, and it gives you a nice watertight joint. Now this particular system has what's called a valve-in head system, so you can shut the water off just by twisting the valve at the top of the filter, but we want to show you a shut-off valve. Generally, you're always going to want to have a shut-off valve upstream of the filter system to help you isolate leaks and problems, and it's definitely preferable to shutting the main off each time you need to inspect or change the filters. So we're installing a shut-off ball valve using this PEX crimp connector set. But a shut-off valve is always something you want to do. We have a number of housings to choose from when it's time to install your whole house filtration system. We've got this Culligan HF360, which is a clear 10-inch housing with a valve-in head design. We also have a 20-inch slimline valve-in head housing from Pentec for larger filters. We also have the Big Blue 20-inch filter housing, so that uses 4.5-inch in diameter filters. And then we have the BBFS-22 dual sump Big Blue housing, so you actually would put two stages of filtration and this uses a 1-inch connection. So we have tons of housings to choose from. If you have any questions about any of this, please give us a call or visit our website at www.waterfilterexperts.com.